Well, it is certainly a heat wave out here. It's 28 degrees and nice and sunny. It's good to have the sun out. We've had about 3 weeks of cloudy days. In fact, it snowed a little bit last night, but today is a beautiful day. So we're going to get started today with the kitchen island. That's a little bit trickier. The plumbing itself is kind of a two-stage deal. One is the actual drainage pipe down to the 3-inch, and then the plumbing that sits above the floor underneath the island. There's a couple of ways I've had to research on how to do that to make that work effectively, since there's no way to run a drain straight up. Kind of a weird angle having to look down, but anyway, we went through previously and marked out where things are going to go. We've got our refrigerator, our range, and then the extent of the cabinets on the back side of the kitchen, and then the actual island here where the sink will be right in here. We marked that out so we knew exactly where we're going to go with cabinets when we get ready to do that. But overall, I have to figure out how I'm going to get the island in there and where I'm going to actually drill through the floor. That's my assignment for this morning, and then we'll continue on with the actual plumbing piece of this as we go. There are two ways I can do the plumbing for this island. One is through a loop system, which is it loops back on itself and creates a vent, and then ties into the actual 3-inch drainage underneath the house. The second is using an air admittance valve, which will allow air to work has a cap on it, which will allow one-way flow for the air to go through the pipe and into the drainage underneath the house. The first one, the loop, is kind of complicated and not something I really care to do. The regulations here in Montana will allow me to use the AAV or Studer valve in order to get the ventilation I need for the kitchen sink and allow for less plumbing. One thing I'm going to do is usually the kitchen sinks and the dishwasher are connected by an 1.5-inch pipe. I'm going to go ahead and continue utilizing the 2-inch pipe. You can never go wrong with having a larger diameter pipe in this, and it keeps everything standard as I'm going. But that makes it the simplest way is to use the Studer valve here in the kitchen and go from there. All right, again, I'm just putting that pipe there temporarily so I can work underneath the house and figure out exactly where that plumbing is going from here, connect from here to the 3-inch pipe on this side of the house. And then I'll actually stub this out and get this prepped up for what it'll look like above ground. But that puts the sink placement directly in the center of the room, looking out into the main room. So now we'll get down below and start working on the plumbing to connect into the 3-inch drainage. So one of the first things I have to figure out, here's the downspout piece of this coming down from the kitchen. My 3-inch line back here, and I've got to figure out what angle I'm going to do that at. So we'll kind of figure this out as we go here. Now I got to figure out the right angle here between this 3-inch to 2-inch sanitary Y and that pipe. and how I'm gonna juggle this by myself, but we'll get it sorted out here. Not really the best solution, but I use my light as a stand to hold up the pipe so that I can at least start to get a picture of where I'm going here. And now we'll see how if I can line this up here. I think I figured it out. So we're coming up here and we're going to tee off there. I think my best bet is to keep it in line is to come off and add this joint right in here. That'll allow the little pipe out and it'll go over there towards the downspout. At least that's the solution I've come up with, but we'll figure it out from here. Put me in line. That does. Okay. So I'll mark out my pipe where I need to make my cuts. And that should put us in gear here. So we'll get it cut and we'll kind of dry fit everything and see where we're at and before we even start gluing. So we're getting closer. I think no matter what, I gotta go ahead and glue this piece together because this is gonna be what it's gonna be. So we'll get that done and then we'll start cutting pipe. All right. Well, we've got our drainage pipe for the kitchen sink done. We've got the 90-degree elbow here going all the way down and connecting to our 3-inch pipe. So all of the work underneath the house is done. It's a good thing because it's now temperature's dropping a little bit, as you can tell. And it's okay down here, but it's still starting to get kind of cold, and we're getting towards the end of the day. Anyway, we'll head upstairs and we'll continue working on the upright for the stub out and the stub out for the kitchen sink. This one's got to come up. Some more inches. Where the fuck is the hole? Right there. I gotta glue that downstairs, but and for right now, while I'm waiting on the air admittance valve that'll eventually go here underneath the counter, I'm going to go ahead and just install a cap to seal off this pipe, so when we do the water test, I don't have to worry about that. So I'll just put a balloon in here and plug this hole, and then we'll be able to do our water test. But all the rest of the setup won't happen until we get the actual countertops in here and we go to put in the farm sink and do all of that. And then we'll add the air admittance valve or Studer valve to this and finish the plumbing for the kitchen. So while I had to special order this is the air admittance valve, or AAV, that will sit, once I take the cap off of here, will sit on top of here. Rather than do the loop back pipe for the sink in the kitchen, we're going to be using this Studer valve, which is a one-way valve. So it doesn't let gases out, but it pulls air in and then down through into the system. So it's a great alternative, something that we can use here in Montana. The UPC allows for it for that type of sink because it technically is an island. The air admittance valve will work perfectly for that instead of having to do all the additional piping and things that we were looking at doing. So we've got this in hand. Once we do our water test, then we'll get the sink in. This will go in when I actually go to install the sink and the sink plumbing, so that I know exact heights and everything else that needs to go. So we'll store this for now, and we'll get back to this later part of the project. All right, so with that, you can see we got the kitchen all in place and ready to go. I've got a 3-inch to 1.5-inch sanitary Y there, and then again the cap to seal this off for when we do our water test. We'll do that, and then we'll finish continuing on with the kitchen plumbing once we get the counters in and go to connect everything. But the actual drainage portion of the kitchen is complete, and we will head on to work on the bathroom vanities, bathroom sinks, and those are the last two of the drainage plumbing aside from the tub, and we will be done with that. So we're getting closer. Please stay tuned with us, and please make sure to leave some comments down below, and like and subscribe. We certainly appreciate it. Thanks for watching.